few years ago when we had that like super blood moon or something like that, where it was like kind of orange tinted and it was huge. I saw that like as it happened. That was pretty like crazy to look at.
That one I set in a timer for.
Oh yeah,
so I could go outside and look at it.
Yeah, I went out and my dad like took like the nice camera he had, and, like took a bunch of pictures of it. Yeah, it was pretty. It's just so weird when you see stuff like that happen because it's like naturally occurring, you know. So it's not like man made.
Like, damn, that shit really happened.
Yeah, like the blood, like the moon is like really orange right now. Like it's weird, or it's red or whatever.
Wouldn't that be sweet if the moon was red all the time?
I think it'd be kind of spooky.
That would be sweet.
No,
for, like,
I wish it would. I wish it would change colors based on the like holiday of the time
or God's mood. It's like a mood ring.
Oh yeah.
So here's what happened. This is the gist of it all. So I told you I'm changing my major, right?
Yes.
So that's the plan. The plan is to change the major. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna email my advisor. So I did that yesterday. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to get out of the film major, get into multimedia journalism. And I get an email back. I'm like, oh, that was quick. It says, hi, this is, we'll redact her name.
Yeah.
But this is an automated message. I'm out until the start of winter semester. And I was like,
what?
Yeah, so I'm not even going to be able to get with her. So I just emailed Len. And I was like, hey, can you help me out with this? And he hasn't said anything. So.
Yeah, he'll help you out, though. He's chill.
He's a good guy.
We love Len.
But I switched from my old advisor because my old advisor never emailed me. But now this one just sends automated ones. And she's like never there. And I'm like, great help.
Yeah. Some help you are.
I hate this fucking school. I hate the faculty except for Len.
You don't hate the school, man. You just hate your major. That's what it is.
I hate my major and the professors in the major because they suck.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to move over to MMJ, man. We got great professors.
Yeah.
And Phil Tower. Get some legends.
If they do end up having that advanced radio class, it'll be Tower.
That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm. So that should be fun. So since you had to change some classes, can you take that now, or is it still conflict?
No, because it's right in the middle of the day. So my classes that got canceled, one of them was like I think it was like 1 or 2 days a week, but it was like at like 3 or something like that. But then the one that just got canceled was Monday, Wednesday, Friday from like 9 to 9:50, and so now I got to fill that. So Len and I are going to talk over the weekend or something like that. He said we exchange emails. So
I wish more classes were 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's weird how they have like the different like you can take the same class, but you can take a certain section where it's 3 days a week for 50 minutes each, or you can do it like 2 daes a week for like an hour 15, which is like what all my classes are right now.
Yeah, hour 15 is not bad.
That's honestly about the same as like what high school was. Those were about like 70 minutes or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's.
The 2 hour ones, though, it's just a lot of pointless information that will not be retained.
Yeah, I've got a lab, like it's like a botany class or something. It's nice. Yeah, it's my science credit next semester. The class is called Plants of the World.
Oh.
Yeah, but I've got to do like a lecture section, which is like an hour 15, and then I have to do a lab once a week that runs for 2 hours and 50 minutes. So it's like a 3 hour thing, but. I don't know. We'll see. But then I also have a multimedia production course that's going to be once a week for like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, which I think that'll be because that's stuff that's like interesting.
Well, and if it's 1 day a week too, that's not that bad.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for my schedule as it stands right now, which I'm probably going to change the whole thing.
Yeah. Right.
But I don't start any class until 11, and then one day I don't start until like 3 o'clock.
Oh, geez, dude.
It's a lot better.
Sleep in.
So music news for November 19th.
Yes. Which
is the day of recording.
Yeah. First off, welcome back. I believe I guess we would call this episode 4.
Technically, yes.
Technically.
It'll show up as 5, but it is 4.
It is episode 4, given the last episode was a two-parter. But welcome back.
Big day. And I want to start off, as we always do. What have you been listening to?
Well, this morning... speaking of new music, I was bumping the new Adele, new album 30. I didn't get all the way through it before we started, but I will say, worth the wait.
Good.
It was, production on it was incredible. I don't know. She really knocked it out of the park. We talked about it on a previous episode, how, there's so much time behind all of her projects. So they're always really well, like, realized, like, conceptually. So yeah, I thought she killed it. It's a sad record. It's about divorce, and
The whole thing is?
pretty much, yeah. It's about divorce, and from what I got out of it was her explaining her divorce to her kid, because she's got like a young kid,
Okay.
and so yeah, it was pretty like kind of gloomy and sad, but also it was like really powerful. So I loved it. It was really good.
I might have to check it out.
Yeah.
How long is it? How many songs?
I mean, I can check really quick. I believe it was about an hour. It's about an hour long record. 12 songs. 12
Okay.
songs, but an hour long. There's a couple of decently long tracks on here. I think hold on. There's like 4 or 5 tracks on here that are 6 minutes at least.
Some power ballads?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, really good though. I really enjoyed it. So, and then of course, yesterday, 18th anniversary of Blink's Untitled record.
Yes.
Album changed my life. So I was bumping that all last night. Nothing but that. Even this morning I was playing it. So
Beautiful record.
what about you? What you been listening to?
I've been getting into a lot of like Ian Dior recently.
Really?
Because he just dropped a new
good.
song called Let You, which I can't stop listening to. That song's a fucking bop.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I guess I haven't really dug deep enough into him. I've just been listening to a lot of his old stuff lately.
Yeah.
And I was listening to something else. What was I listening to? Let's see. God. I think all my technology is quitting on me.
Your phone just taking a shit?
Yeah, like today I was on it.
Which is weird because that's a brand new phone.
It is. And the whole screen went black and it did like the buffering thing.
Yeah.
When I wasn't on anything, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
And
mine does that
computer shut
sometimes.
down,
Dude,
too.
if I drop my phone weird or something, it'll just do this thing where it'll just shut down completely and won't turn on, even if no matter how much I press the power button. So I've got to do this thing which is called like a force reboot.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta like it's weird. You gotta like press the power button, or you gotta like hold the power button and both volume buttons for like 30 seconds. And then the screen comes on and it like force reboots. It's weird.
Jesus. What phone do you have?
I got a 12, and that's only happened once. But the phone I had before it, when it was like getting towards the end, like because I had the previous one for like 4 years. So like when it was getting towards the end of that thing was happening like once a week.
She was going out slowly.
Dude, yeah, she was just like, it was like screaming at me, get a new phone. Like, I'm done.
Please. That's what my laptop's doing right now.
Yeah.
But
Which,
anyway.
your laptop's not even that old. It's like 2 years old.
I wonder, I don't know, the battery, it says the battery needs service, and then I haven't updated it in 2 or 3 years because I don't have space for it.
Yeah, you might want to figure that out.
Or I'm just going to throw this fucking thing away.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You could trade it in too.
the other thing I've been listening to is the new Avril Lavigne song.
Yes, that song.
Bite Me.
That song goes hard.
It's a fucking bop. I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she signed to Travis's label.
Yeah, that song had a lot of power behind it. I really liked it. And I like that she's kind of back to that pop, like her pop punk sound, because I know she went kind of pop for a while. She kind of went a little more mainstream for a while. But yeah, I really liked it. It was real gritty, real angsty. What else have I been listening to? Oh yes, that's what it was. So I have this habit where when I listen to new music, it's not quote unquote new. It's
Right.
just old new. And I discovered this band a while ago, but I just kind of like revisited them recently. It's a small, really virtually unknown folk rock band
Okay.
called Neutral Milk Hotel.
Neutral Milk?
Hotel. Yeah. Weird name. Trust me. Weird name. But
Can
really,
milk be neutral?
the hell if I know, dude.
What's a neutral glass of milk? Like 1%, probably?
Yeah,
That's pretty
I bet
neutral.
nobody even drinks. If you're going to drink 1%, dude, just drink skim. What are you doing?
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You calling out all the 1%ers right now?
I am. What are you doing? No, but anyways, yeah, Neutral Milk Hotel. Why is my Spotify bugging out right now? I keep trying to go to the search thing, and it's telling me that something went wrong. But anyways, yeah, small folk rock band. They're from Louisiana. They put out 2 albums in the 90s, late 90s, and then disappeared.
Okay.
That's all the music they have. That's it.
That's great.
Yeah. They still perform every once in a while, but they don't put out any new music.
Nothing new.
Yeah, because it was just like an art project of like one of the guys.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good. It's very raw, like really like lo-fi production, and really bizarre themes. Basically, the album, like all the songs were written based on Anne Frank's diary.
Oh.
And lucid dreams that like the main guy was having.
Was he dreaming about Anne Frank?
Pretty much, yeah. It's really bizarre. It's really good. Like there's a lot of like really weird stuff going on. It's a lot of acoustic guitar, fuzzed out electric guitar, like spastic drums. And then they have like a lot of like horn sections, so like trumpet and trombone and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's
folk ska?
Not quite ska. I wouldn't call it ska. Dude, folk ska would be so weird. No, but yeah, it's like the weirdest thing that I've ever loved. Put it that way.
Okay,
it's pretty good though.
Do you think he was having like time travel, lucid dreams? You think he was going back, dreaming about Anne Frank in the attic, and he was warning her that her time was up, and then she gets out? You think he rewrote history in his lucid dreams?
I don't know, man.
You think he could have done that?
I don't know. It's such a weird thing.
Lucid time travel, people, look into it. It's a real thing.
Yeah, like I'm reading about it right now, and it says he wrote the lyrics. So it's this guy named Jeff Mangum.
Okay.
Says hold on, I'm trying to read here. It says the lyrics are about childhood fantasies, references to sexual awakenings, domestic violence, religious fanaticism.
Weird back to back.
Oh my gosh, dude! And then, and then there's a bunch of stuff taken too from like Anne Frank's diary, like the main like one of the main tracks. It's called Holland 1945, which is that whole song is literally just about Anne Frank. It's weird, but I love it. So
okay, never heard some Anne Frank music before.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check out the Neutral Milk Hotel.
Dude, we could play it after this. I'll show you, but it's fucking good.
I believe you. Usually you have a pretty good keen
I've got a really broad taste when it comes to music. I've like opened up so much in the last like year and a half or so. Like I listen to all kinds of shit, dude. Like stuff that's so different from each other. It's weird.
Yeah, I like anything.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I'm able to appreciate like all kinds of music.
Yeah, I don't have like an ear where you know people are literally tone deaf and kind of like just tune out
nice.
A certain genre of music.
Yeah,
I like to give everything a chance. I mean, there's shit I don't like. I mean, I'm not gonna listen to opera music. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds cool.
Well, yeah, it's like There's stuff that I listen to more than others, but that doesn't mean that the stuff I listen to less often. That doesn't necessarily mean like that I don't like it.
And like it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, probably the only thing that I don't like is country, but I can still appreciate country. Like I know like the difference between good country and bad country, and like I can acknowledge when a country song is good.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah. You know well, I mean? None of the new country is really good unless it's like Luke Combs.
Yeah, Luke Combs is really the only guy out right now that I think is putting out good news, I guess modern country, if that makes any sense.
He put a song out about 9 days ago, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, new single.
Hadn't listened to it.
I listened to 30 seconds of it, and I was like, do I really want to listen to country right now? And I turned it off. I was like, not now.
Yeah. But
so who's your spotlight artist of the week?
Oh, geez. I mean, it's going to have to be, I know we already talked about her, but it's going to have to be Adele. Okay. I mean, like I said, I've already listened to most of this new album, and I mean, I'm kind of just repeating what we've already talked about in the past episode about her, but an insane voice, impeccable songwriting, really deep, emotional themes. And like I think you said this, she's got a voice that makes up for lost time. Like, yeah, this is her first album in roughly 6 years, and so it's actually her first new music really in roughly 6 years. And I'm just was sat there listening to it, and it was just I couldn't pick out a single negative thing about the album. Production was great, songwriting was great. I mean, I got into it. It was and for it to talk about something as serious as divorce in a way that, I don't know, felt really personal, especially with the album trying to kind of like explain it to her kid. You know, like I don't know, it's just really good. So yeah,
Beautiful.
that's my artist of the week, man. Adele. Everybody go bump the new album. It's crazy.
Go bump it. I'll bump it. I got to give mine to Avril Lavigne this week.
She's back.
She's back. And
We have a theme here with artists return.
yeah, I got to give mine to her because I feel like there's been this resurgence of pop punk, right? But
We're kind of in like a weird pop punk revival that's got going on.
But you know what's been missing a little bit? A strong female voice in it.
That's true. I haven't heard new Paramore in a while, so it's like it's good to get a female voice back up in the mainstream like that.
I'm giving it to her for that, bringing a strong woman sound and bringing back a little of the old feel. I mean, it's kind of like you know what it gave me? Some Skater Boy feel.
Yeah, that's kind of like
That's
what especially with all this new pop punk that's coming out. It's different from what you and I grew up on, but it still gives me like somewhat of a nostalgic feel. Like it reminds me of like middle school listening to like Sum 41 and Simple Plan, and you know what I mean? Like
Simple Plan.
You know what I mean? So it's just like
hey, Dad, look at me.
Oh man,
I
but
love that.
yeah.
New Music Friday today. You talked about Adele. I want to talk about something festive.
Festive.
Bryson Tiller dropped an EP called A Different Christmas.
Hopefully it's different. We talked about how we hate that's the same songs all
It's
the time.
because he heard us, and then he's like,
Oh, you think
goes,
Bryson Tiller listens to the pod?
He definitely does.
Yeah.
then he's like-
Shout out Bryson Tiller, man.
Shout out Bryson Tiller,
number one
fan. And he's like, I got to make a different Christmas. I haven't listened to it, but I don't even know. Maybe it's not Christmas music. Maybe it's about having sex by a fire pit in the winter,
Maybe.
which would be more something I think he would do instead of Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Also, Snoop Dogg dropped an album today.
Dude.
Still making music.
D-O-double-G.
D-O-double-G. The dog is back. It's called The Algorithm.
Okay.
Hopefully it finds its way into my algorithm and I'll actually listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll go out of my way to look it up.
Yeah. I kind of just appreciate Snoop for the character that he is.
Yeah, just
I don't ever really
just the
listen to much of
persona.
Snoop music, but he's really more. I feel like he's really more famous for his persona than he is his music. Like
He's
music
just an
obviously got
entertainer.
him there, but yeah,
Snoop's the fucking guy.
He's a fucking character, man.
Love Snoop.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Did you see I don't know if we talked about this, the halftime show at the Super Bowl?
Oh, dude, the lineup is insane this year. It's got Snoop, Dre, Kendrick,
And Mary J. Blige.
dude. This
It'd be
like,
crazy.
and I'm so excited too because I feel like people might come at me for this just because of how loved certain artists are, but I feel like the Super Bowl halftime show has just been shit for the last couple of years, just because it hasn't really been that great of lineups.
Yeah.
And it's
Didn't
like
The Weeknd do it last year, and it was kind of weird.
It was weird because it was filmed like a music video. It felt like I was watching a music video.
Oh.
And it was bizarre. But I mean, I like The Weeknd. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's cool.
But yeah, I would say that was probably one of the first decent ones in a while. But then the other thing is the lineups that they've picked in the last couple of years are just really weird. Like I remember a couple of years ago they did Red Hot Chili Peppers and Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Which
Didn't they do Coldplay for one?
yeah, so I don't know, they just do like weird mashups and it doesn't make any sense.
This one makes perfect sense, which is why I love this.
Yeah, especially with I mean Dre and Snoop obviously go back. M and Dre go back. Even Kendrick and Dre have like their own thing.
It's
you know?
all
So
it's all Dr. Dre's proteges.
pretty much. It's like if you really think about it, it's like a West Coast show with a little bit of Detroit sprinkled in. You know what I mean? So it's just pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I'm super excited for it.
They also have a little like concert festival for the Super Bowl
Oh, really?
that weekend in Los Angeles, and
I like the idea of
I
that.
saw MGK and Halsey are going to be there,
Okay.
and there's going to be some other people. I don't know who it is, but it's like a whole like event now. I don't know if
Gotcha.
they've done that before, but
Gotcha.
that'll be cool. I'll definitely check that out. I'm excited
Yeah.
because usually it's always shitty people at the halftime in the Super Bowl.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm excited to see some stuff that I might actually like.
Yes,
And I also think, too, in a weird way, I feel like people hype up, and we're doing it right now, but I feel like people hype up the halftime show at the Super Bowl, like, way too much.
yeah.
Like, they care about it more than the actual game.
Well, everything now gets hyped up with the Super Bowl because
The commercials are more important than the game. Like,
Yeah, but-
people talk during the game, and then they shut up during the commercials.
yeah, but when's the last time the commercials have been good? It's been a few years.
Yeah, there's always a really good one every year. I will say there's always one phenomenal, hilarious one every year, but then
Last year doesn't really count though because that was advertising was down.
I don't even know if I watched the Super Bowl last year.
Who was it? Is it the Chiefs and Bucks?
No. Oh yeah, yeah,
Chiefs
yeah.
and Bucks.
Oh no, yeah, I did watch the Super Bowl. I didn't watch any of the commercials though.
Because they weren't good last year. It's because nobody
I just
wanted to
watched the
spend
game.
money on advertising during a pandemic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm trying to find out. I want to find this whole concert lineup, but I'm not going to be able to find it.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll skip that. But yeah, MGK and Halsey at a weekend. It's supposed to be. It's like 3 days or something.
I like the idea of
the
a
days leading
festival
up.
surrounding that because then it's like you kind of have like all these people like playing music, and then you kind of have like the quote unquote headliner playing at the halftime show, which is kind of dope.
It's a 3-day weekend. It's the February 10th through the 12th.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would think.
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So it's a whole 4-day like
block.
event. Yeah,
4-day block. I like that.
I want to take it to a blast from the past today.
Okay.
So today in music, 2002, Big Mike Jack.
Who calls him Mike? There ain't nobody ever called Michael Jackson Big Mike. You said Big Mike, and I instantly thought Blindside.
I haven't seen Blindside in forever.
Oh, good
Just
movie.
brought me back.
Good movie.
2002, Michael Jackson dangled his baby from a third-floor hotel on this day. And
Oh, what are you doing, man?
yeah, and then, of course, big backlash for that. But Mike wasn't done there because he just doesn't like November 19th for some reason because the next year, the police issued an arrest warrant following allegations of sexual abuse on a 12-year-old boy.
Oh,
Back to back, Mike Jack.
back to back. Oh, my God.
Back to back.
Oh, man.
That's tough.
That's insane.
I'm not here to bash Mike. I'm just saying that's a bad string of 2 years
was
right there.
the whole child molestation thing ever proven, or has that just kind of always been a rumor?
It was always a rumor. He never got convicted or proven of anything.
He wasn't like R. Kelly.
No, I just think, I don't know. I know he hung out with kids. Like he was best friends with Macaulay Culkin, which is weird.
He was always around kids. I don't know. I think. Well, and that's the thing
Macaulay
too.
Culkin only said that he just like looked out for him. Macaulay Culkin denied any.
Because the thing is too, I think he said in interviews, or he used to say in interviews, he's like, I kind of missed out on my childhood, and so it's like I think it's really important to like preserve childhood, and I like trying to be a father figure and help kids out and stuff like that. Because he was always seen like walking around holding hands of kids that weren't his. So it was just like, I think maybe what it just was he was just weird about it, and people didn't understand, and so because of that, people immediately jumped to, oh, he's messing with them, yeah. But he was a weird character to begin with.
Wasn't the Neverland Ranch like filled with like children's toys and shit?
Yeah, hence why they call it the Neverland Ranch. Why do you?
Oh, like fucking
like
Peter Pan?
Yeah, you be a kid forever. That's the damn point.
Oh shit, my fault, dude. I didn't.
No, you're good.
I didn't even think about that, man.
I know sometimes shit like that just slips.
I always wondered,
Just
like,
goes past
the
me.
Neverland Ranch. That sounds cool, and then just never connected that.
And I was like, I don't know why it's called that.
Why is that? One more thing though. November 19th, 1955.
Okay.
Carl Perkins recorded Blue Suede Shoes
Ooh, a classic.
that went on to be covered by Elvis and then made famous by Elvis.
Did Elvis? Do you think Elvis wrote anything on his own, or do you think he just did shit that was written for him?
No, he never wrote anything.
Yeah, he was just a good performer.
Mm-hmm. He always had people write stuff for him.
I feel like back in the 50s and 60s, that was the case for a lot of people. I feel like the people who worked for the label wrote the songs, and then they just had people perform them because they were better looking, and you could put them in front of a camera.
Yeah,
You know.
that's why Elvis is the king, though.
Yeah, he is the king. He is the king.
Yeah. Thank you.
But speaking of, you mentioned arrest. I wanted to do one more thing. 1979.
Okay.
Guitar legend Chuck Berry.
Okay.
You know,
my boy.
Got a little Johnny B. Good.
Love that song.
Yeah, he was released from prison in 1979. He went to prison for tax evasion.
Ooh.
So yeah, and then I got one more. I don't know if any of the people listening grew up in the 90s, but if they ever remember pop duo Milli Vanilli.
Oh no.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Milli Vanilli was a huge pop duo, and they got in trouble because it came out that they didn't actually sing anything that was on any of their records. They were just two dudes who lip synced
Two guys.
and danced on stage, and they got stripped of a Grammy because the thing came out that they didn't sing any of it. They won a Grammy for their album.
Yeah. Have you seen the real dudes though? The real Milli Vanilli?
Like the people who sang it?
Yeah.
And I have not.
Weird looking fellas.
Really?
I see why they did it. I don't blame them.
I'm going to look this up.
Milli
I'm
Vanilli.
going to say the real...
The real
Milli
Milli
Vanilli.
Vanilli.
Oh, man. Let me look at this.
I think they were weird looking. I don't know.
Well, honestly, to be totally honest, in their prime, I think just the regular Milli Vanilli dudes were kind of weird looking.
You didn't think they look cool?
No.
You weren't a fan of the Vanilli?
I don't think I've ever, like, honestly listened. I know who, like, I'm aware of Milli Vanilli, but I don't think I've ever actually listened to Milli Vanilli.
Let me see this.
Who knew that we'd be talking about Milli Vanilli today?
I don't know why, but whenever I think of Milli Vanilli, I think of the movie House Party.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's a good movie, though.
Yeah.
Kid and Play.
Yeah, Kid and Play, and they made, like, what, 5 of them?
I think they made 3.
They made a few.
Yeah,
they made a few.
No, so actually, this tangent I'm about to go on makes sense because it was really important in the music world. It has a connection. Okay, so I'm not just
Break it
going-
down, break it down.
Break it down. American Pie, the franchise, American Pie, they made, gosh, like 15 of those.
Oh, you mean like when the ones that didn't have the main cast? In
Yeah,
it
they
too?
made like spin-offs.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that. That's like the National Lampoons does that too.
Yeah.
Because they did the Van Wilder ones, and then they had Van Wilder 2 that didn't have Ryan Reynolds. I was like, why would you do that?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, because they made 4 American Pie movies that included, like, the main cast. And then they made a bunch of spin-off films. So, yeah, they did the what they call the original series, which is, like, what we know and love as American Pie.
The good ones.
Yeah, American Pie, American Pie 2, American Wedding, and then American Reunion, which actually, Reunion I just watched the other day. It's fucking hilarious. I love the original American Pie films because it's so stupid and like teenager raunchy that it's just like hilarious.
I wanted my high school to be like that.
I know, right? But the reason I bring this up too and why it has a connection to music is great soundtracks.
Oh,
especially in the world of pop punk.
That's movies back in the early 2000s soundtracks. Top tier.
Oh yeah.
Top tier.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can pull up the soundtrack here.
While you're pulling that up, what's your favorite American Pie?
Probably the second one.
Yep.
I'd probably say American Pie 2.
Answer. Right
American
answer.
Pie 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one's tough though. One's a good. American Wedding is all right.
I've actually never seen American Wedding.
Really?
I've seen 1, 2, and then Reunion. Which actually, if you haven't seen Reunion, I recommend it. It's actually pretty good.
They're all. I mean, it's good when you get all those people together because they're all. So
Well, the
funny.
cast was honestly like perfect. I think it was perfectly picked. Like they all play their part so well.
No one better than Stifler though.
The stiff
Sean
Meister.
William Scott.
Dude, he's a hilarious actor. One of my favorite movies of his was Role Models
Oh, the
with
one.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
Mm-hmm.
I love that, dude. Ronnie, the little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. He's like, I'm not taking my pants off. He's like, whoa. No, dude, some great bands on the soundtracks though. Third Eye Blind, Blink-182, Dishwalla, Goldfinger, Harvey Danger. A lot of good stuff.
I feel like people had a better ear for music when it came to movies back then.
Well, and like I said, I just love that the soundtracks for all these movies because it fits the movie so well because it's all music that you would think people of that time, teenagers of that time would listen to, you know, like late 90s, early 2000s. So,
do you think there was more teenage angst in the early 2000s?
I don't know.
Or maybe now there's a different way to express it.
I think the culture's just different because
Culture
what I've
shock.
noticed is that my high school experience was nothing like it's portrayed in the movies.
No.
But like when I talked to my parents about what high school was like for them when they went to high school, I seem to get from them that it was a lot more like how it's stereotyped. Like there was a lot, like the stereotypes were more real back then and just things are different now. And it also might have something to do with like where we went to school. Like we had a weird mix of like there weren't like jocks or like nerds. It was
Yeah.
just kind of like everybody was just there.
Yeah, everyone was.
It was
just there.
weird.
It's hard to be like clicked up, I guess, because it's so small.
Well, it was so small, and the mix of people was weird too. I always said that like Leslie is half country folk
Yes.
and half people who live in the country who want to be city folk. That's like you and me.
Yeah.
like it's like I don't know, like country urban kids, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know.
we live
I
in the
was like
country.
in town though.
Yeah, that's true. I live out well, and the weird thing for me is like I lived out in the country, but I lived in a subdivision that was in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
So I was already in like a weird spot to begin with. Like
Yeah, you're in a subgenre.
yeah, I was in my own subject.
There's different tiers to people that went to school there.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely like groups though. Like there were people
There
that
were friend groups. It was just like there really wasn't like stereotypes, or there weren't like
there were a few.
yeah, maybe.
I don't mean not like jocks, but like the
athletes. There were the athletes.
I mean, they were athletes, but nobody was like, "Oh, I'm this guy."
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is like there were groups, but the groups weren't centered around those typical stereotypes.
There was really no need to though, because we were so small, it didn't matter.
Well, and everybody got along real well too. Like nobody, I mean, nobody was really ever like mean to anyone. It was more just I don't talk to you, like so we don't hang out type of thing.
Yeah.
Like nobody. I feel like there really wasn't much like bullying or anything going on.
No, the occasional fight though.
Yeah, there was always occasional fights, which I missed most of them, which kind of sucked.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. I missed maybe one I saw.
Yeah.
But then there was the one where the girl's head got slammed into the locker.
I saw that one. I walked like right. I know you said it was like right by her locker.
It was right behind me. So she slams her head against the locker, and I turn around, they're on the ground. And I was like, I missed that?
Yeah.
Why don't I talked about this. I always miss the fun stuff. I talked about this on the show today. And there was the fucking eclipse this morning.
There was an eclipse this morning?
Yes, a partial eclipse, longest one in 500 years.
I'm
at
so
4
out of touch,
a.m.
I didn't
today.
even know. Well, 4 a.m. Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna get up at 4 a.m.
But I missed it. Wasn't there an eclipse or something that you could see perfectly in like Arizona or something a couple of years ago?
I don't know. I know there was
Missed
a
that one.
solar eclipse like 2 years ago or something
Yeah,
like that, and I never like I could have saw it from where like I lived, but I never did just because I didn't care that much. But
Where's the Aurora Borealis?
that's like north. You gotta go
The Northern
you gotta
Lights?
yeah, you got to go up north. In certain parts of Alaska, you can see it, and then
Isn't it like-
obviously up into Canada and whatnot.
Like green and shit?
Huh?
Isn't it green?
Like the lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to pull that
That
up.
was a really random thing to say. But,
Well, because
well, no, I guess it's not that
the
random.
eclipse made me think of this today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never see like cool, like, I don't, do you classify that as like a phenomena? Or,
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I would call it that.
Yeah,
It's a
I never see
natural
Natural.
phenomenon.
Yeah. I never see anything cool like that. I always miss the cool stuff.
Yeah, the one
fucking
thing that I
sweet.
remember I caught like right when it happened was a few years ago when we had that like super blood moon, or something
Yeah.
like that, where it was like kind of orange tinted and it was huge. I saw that like as it happened. That was pretty like crazy to look at.
That one I set in a timer for,
Oh yeah,
so I could go outside and look
yeah. I
at it.
went out and my dad like took like the nice camera he had, like took a bunch of pictures of it. And, yeah, it was pretty. It's just so weird when you see stuff like that happen because it's like naturally occurring, you know. So it's not like man made.
Like, damn, that shit really happened.
Yeah, like the blood, like the moon is like really orange right now. Like this is weird, or that's red or whatever.
Wouldn't that be sweet if the moon was red all the time?
I think it'd be kind of spooky.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
No,
for, like,
I wish
horror
it would.
movies and
I
shit.
wish it would change colors based on the like holiday of the time.
Or God's mood. It's like a mood ring.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it would be cool. Like it would be like red or orange for Halloween.
Oh,
It would
okay.
be like no, it should be like orange for Halloween. It should be like kind of like a brownish tint for Thanksgiving. You can turn it.
Yeah, like a shit brown.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You want the moon to look like shit?
No, you know what you could do is you could do orange for both Halloween and Thanksgiving. Is what you
Just
could
like
do.
the autumn.
Yeah, you can do
is,
like autumn.
orange.
Yeah, and then like when Christmas rolls around, it can be both red and green.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
And then like winter rolls around, and it's like for like January, it's blue. I think that'd be
What I
dope.
was thinking. I was hoping you'd say.
And then it
blue.
turns red again for Valentine's Day.
Or like a hot pink.
Yeah. But then like St. Patty's Day green.
Of course.
You could turn like yellow for Easter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you could do it like year round.
I bet.
And then 4th of July, American flag. That'd be dope.
That would be awesome.
That'd be dope.
You see it in every other country, and you're like, these motherfuckers putting their fucking flag.
Think they're so cool.
I bet one day we'll have the technology on the International Space Station to make a projector big enough to project on the moon.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be sweet, though? Because you could relay messages back to Earth quicker to the population by just projecting something on the moon?
That is true. I'm sure the time it would take for it to reach Earth would be different because of just how light travels and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But
probably take 10 years. When you look up.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh shit! The president died.
I don't think it would take that long because I read something the other day where it's like if the sun for whatever reason just disappeared right now, we wouldn't know for roughly 8 minutes,
and then we would die after 8 minutes.
Yeah, kind of. Because basically, then it would take 8 minutes for not only us to realize that there's no sun, but then it would also take 8 minutes for Earth to fly completely off its orbit. Because it has nothing to orbit, so it would just shoot off into space.
Jesus
and we wouldn't,
we'd probably just burn up after that, right?
Well, I don't know if we'd burn up.
Would we lose oxygen?
I don't know. I know we would probably die.
Oh, most definitely.
Because there'd be there really wouldn't be much temperature or anything like that.
You can't live without the sun.
Yeah.
You need the sun.
Yeah, but...
And
crazy space tangent.
It's crazy. Somebody who's like a science, space, astrology major.
Yeah.
Let us know. Can we live without the sun? I don't think so. I think that's like a proven fact.
Probably.
But
I would assume so.
Did you hear about the Latin Grammys?
I don't really follow. You know what? I don't follow the Latin Grammys, Garrett. I don't. I don't even really follow the Grammys that often, to be totally honest. I think some of who they get awarded to, I think is dumb.
Oh yeah.
I hate it. I hate it when like
is terrible.
Well, and I hate it when, and not to say that they're not deserving, but I hate it when like one artist wins like 6.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't that good. Like,
I love even listen.
Like, don't get me wrong, dude. I really dig Billie Eilish, but a couple years ago when she won fucking every Grammy during that ceremony, I'm like, okay, it's not that good. Like, you know what I mean? It's not.
It's not.
Because she won, like, Best New Artist, Best Female Artist, Best Record, Best Pop Record, Best Performance. It was like, I swear to God, she won, like, 5 Grammys in one night. I'm like, it's not that good. Well,
Come on.
Do you remember when Daft Punk won, like, 4 or 5 in the same night for that one album they did a couple years ago?
Yeah.
I was like, again... It's not that good. Like, it's good, but it's not that good.
Or like when Macklemore won Best Rap Album over Kendrick. And
Wait, what year was that? I'm going to pull that up because I want to see what Kendrick album they won that over.
It would have been Good Kid, Mad City. I think it was 14. I think he won over J. Cole, too.
2014.
Pull it up because the people he won over is ridiculous.
Yeah, he won it with fucking Thrift Shop. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Let me look at this.
And I think he won like Best Rap Song, too.
All right, let me look.
Rap Song collaboration.
Performers. So, presenters. Winners and nominees. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah, record of the year was Get Lucky, Daft Punk, which is a good song.
I mean, it's great. I mean, it's like a good song.
And you know what? That beat out some not as good songs. It beat out Imagine Dragons, Radioactive.
Oh, that's a fucking bop, dude. Come on.
I can't stand Imagine Dragons. Beat out Royals by Lorde, which I kind of dig Lorde. I don't know. That song was dope. Locked Out of Heaven, Bruno Mars, and Blurred, the slightly controversial Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke.
Does he have any rights to that song anymore?
I have no idea.
Didn't he get sued for a shit ton of money for it?
Here we go. Song? So, album of the year was Random Access Memories, Daft Punk, which beat out Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, and Red by Taylor Swift, who I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, but I know that album is like pretty in high regards by a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Royals won Song of the Year.
Okay.
So that's okay.
What's the difference? But see, this is what I don't get: is there's Song of the Year and there's Record of the Year.
So, Record of the Year, I think, looks more at the song plus like the production of it, to where Song of the Year focuses on songwriting.
Okay,
I think.
I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah. So Macklemore won Best New Artist.
Okay.
Over James Blake, Kendrick Lamar, Ed Sheeran, and Casey Musgraves.
Oh, no.
Oh, and it wasn't even Macklemore. It's Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Fucking Ryan Lewis.
Literally just for that one song. That's the only song they did together.
No, they did that whole album together.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's the dude who made his beats and shit.
Oh, really?
I just can't believe he beat Kendrick in 2 categories.
That's crazy. And you know what I also hate, too? that Imagine Dragons with Radioactive won Best Rock Performance.
That's like what I talked about. Like, it's not.
That song
rock.
is not rock,
It's
dude.
not
It's
rock.
well, and to be fair, the songs that he beat out weren't exactly like the best. You know what I mean?
Okay, go to the best rap album and
Best rap.
tell me who all he beat, because I know he beat
R&B.
Kendrick.
Here we go. Rap. So best rap performance
Oh God.
was Thrift Shop. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Wands.
What?
Wands is. That beat out Swimming Pools.
That's the dude who says cold ass honky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So that beat out Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar.
Jesus.
Berserk by Eminem.
That's a good song.
Started from the Bottom by Drake.
Wow.
And Tom Ford by Jay-Z.
How?
Literally all 4 of those songs are better than Thrift Shop.
Yeah. Fuck the Grammy.
That's so terrible. And then it says best rap/sung collaboration was Holy Grail, Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake, which I think that song's kind of that's kind of a bop. That beat out a Kendrick Lamar song, but yeah. So Thrift Shop won best rap song.
What was the best rap album?
Best rap, yep, The Heist, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis beat out Nothing Was the Same by Drake, Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, Magna Carta, The Holy Grail by Jay-Z, and Yeezus by Kanye West. In what universe is that a better album than the 4 I just mentioned?
That's fucked up. That is literally fucked up.
That's so bad, dude.
I just know it was some like middle-aged bunch of old white people.
And you know what it is, though? It really just ends up being whatever charted the highest that year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that album didn't win that award because it was a good album. It won the award because it had 2 songs that went to number 1 for 5 continuous or 6 continuous weeks or whatever.
Yeah, but even like Jay-Z and
or Good Kid, Mad City,
song had to be.
Or Good Kid, Mad City, which was one of the best rap albums in the 2010s.
Nothing Was the Same by Drake. He beat that out.
Or how about, like I said, or like I said, literally any of 4 of those that I just mentioned, Magna Carta and Yeezus, are both 2 far better albums than The Heist.
Yeah, and even if you just look at the comparison of the artists, those 4 are up here, and Macklemore's the floor.
When was the last time Macklemore put out something good since then?
He made one good song that I like.
What's that?
It's called Drug Dealer.
Haven't heard it.
It's about overdose. It's really sad. It's a good story. It's a couple years ago.
But I'm just saying.
I know. I do like that song.
Yeah, I just don't understand how Thrift Shop beats out best rap song. It beat out Holy Grail, that Jay-Z Justin Timberlake song. Started from the Bottom, Drake, which is like a legendary rap song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Off a legendary album, Nothing Was the Same. That's my favorite Drake album.
Is it really?
Or Take Care. I mean, you gotta say Take Care.
I think Take Care is probably the best. Actually, my favorite, which technically isn't an album, it's a mixtape. It's If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that mixtape is fire.
No skips. I think in the next episode, we should just start off with going through the biggest Grammy robberies in history.
Biggest Grammy snubs. Yeah. My biggest one, which you might not connect with it as much because you're not as much of like a metalhead as me, but back in the late 80s, what was it? I think it was like the 1988 Grammys. Metallica got snubbed, which it's known as like one of the biggest Grammy snubs of all time because that was when they first created, I think, like best metal performance or something like that. Let me look at this. Hold on.
We're almost at 45 minutes, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So we'll end it after that.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they did like best metal performance, and they got beat out by Jethro Tull. I don't know if you know who Jethro Tull is.
First of all, his name's Jethro.
It's not him. It's a band.
Oh,
it's a band named Jethro Tull.
I thought it was a dude
who won. I think it might have been best hard rock, but they beat Metallica out. They play flute. They have flute in their songs.
That's hard, man.
Yeah. So like when that happened, dude, so many people were fucking pissed.
The Grammys have been corrupt for years, and I think it's time to put them on blast.
Yeah, no offense to them, but fuck the Grammys, to be totally honest.
I see why J. Cole had made that sign at his concert that one time that said, fuck the Grammys. Fuck the Grammys.
Well, because it's so biased, and it's so just about whatever charts the highest. It's not really about whatever the best thing was.
Yeah. It's not about the music anymore. It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, it really is.
Honestly. I think we expose the Grammys in the next episode. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we go down. We run through some of the biggest robberies. I think we should do that.
I'm down. Stay tuned. Listen to the next episode if you want to hear us obliterate the Grammys from top to bottom. The whole organization, the Grammy Council.
Fuck them.
Fuck the Grammys. Thanks for listening.
Peace.